In this video I will tell you everything about the game Wizard Alchemy on Roblox. Subscribe, like and hype if you want to get this and more Roblox guides and enter giveaways. Watch till the end to understand this guide well. Wizard Alchemy is honestly one of the deeper Roblox RPG games out right now because there are so many systems connected together, and if you don't understand them early, progression can feel way slower than it should. I'll tell you the most important things beginners and mid-game players should focus on so you can level faster, farm better materials, and build a much stronger character overall. One of the first big things you should care about is your race because races give huge bonuses that affect your combat and progression speed. Right now, the rare 1% race is considered the strongest overall option in the entire game. But if you can't get that, Crystal is widely seen as the best epic race because ice builds are extremely strong right now and work really well for progression and boss farming. Speaking of elements, Dark is currently considered the strongest late-game element because of the insane damage potential from legendary potions. Players are even using Dark builds to melt bosses like the Dwarf King surprisingly fast. Potion crafting itself is one of the biggest mechanics in the game. Every material has a magic power value, and the higher your total magic power is, the stronger your potion outcomes become. One of the best materials for raw magic power is furnace core, which gets used in a ton of strong recipes. Elemental shards are also super important because they increase the chances of rolling certain elements. For example, fire shards boost fire potions, ice shards help with ice builds, and dark shards improve dark crafting chances. A really common strategy is stacking high magic power materials first, then adding an elemental shard at the end for a much stronger elemental potion. When it comes to farming money, the Dwarf King is currently one of the best bosses in the game because he drops valuable materials and gives a ton of gold. Gold is needed for basically everything important including ascension, equipment upgrades, progression systems, and stronger wands, so farming bosses becomes extremely important later on. Subscribe to this channel if you want to join the giveaway. Check the links in the video description and write what you would like to get from this game. Materials can also be obtained from normal enemies and elite enemies. For example, knife goblins drop goblin finger and goblin bone while stronger elite enemies like mutant archer goblins and mutant warhammer dwarfs drop much rarer materials worth farming. Exploration matters too because rare crafting resources and hidden chests are spread around the map near waterfalls, behind mountain paths, around the lighthouse, and close to the Dwarf King area. These chests can even give valuable elemental shards and eventually respawn after several hours. There are also hidden weapons around the map that many players completely miss. The Ember Staff is hidden inside a treehouse near the Dwarf King area, while another powerful wand is hidden inside a waterfall and costs 20,000 gold. For stats, most experienced players mainly focus on attack and cooldown reduction because killing enemies faster usually matters more than stacking pure health. Another super important mechanic is Ascension because it increases your level cap, XP gain, and overall progression speed. If you ignore Ascension for too long, progression slows down massively later in the game. Finally, learning how to parry is honestly huge for surviving harder enemies. Whenever you see a red indicator, press F at the right moment to block attacks. Without parrying properly, bosses like the Dwarf King and elite enemies become way harder than they need to be. Honestly, once you understand how races, potion crafting, shards, parrying, and Ascension all work together, Wizard Alchemy starts feeling way smoother and a lot more rewarding to grind.